Miss Linda, I don't think this thing is for me. I don't think that I am meant to do this thing. I'm getting tired. It's so overwhelming. It's so this, it's so that. Hello. Life is designed for you to stand on your feet. All this I'm not enough and all of those things doesn't count. So I'm going to share with you what you're going to do if you're the one complaining about that. It's Mrs. 𝗟𝗦𝗃𝗧𝗃𝗃 and I welcome you into another episode of Life Unscripted. In Life Unscripted, I share with you how you can actually become a student for life over academic session in order to achieve share with you why you need a lion heart, right? Because you need to study the lifestyle of a lion to understand the concept of you starting a thing, what you are going through, and how to win. Because what makes people who are successful is their ability to actually stand the test of time. So, with time, things are going to test you with time. But are you ready to stand up for it? That is how you make that legacy. That is how you make that difference. And so, I want to share with you the context. I developed this based on revelation, the context of which you are going to develop a lion heart. It is with a lion heart that you become a in between the words of million. You are going to see lion in between, and that is the center, which is the heart. All right. So basically, your first time on my channel, hit the notification bell to get a notification when the next content drops. And if it is your first time on Facebook, go ahead and hit on that follow button because that is one of the best decisions in your life this year and beyond. And I'm going to share with you why in this series. So in this series, I want to share with you the concept of how to soar, right? And I've told you now that you need that you make millions, billions, whatever name that you want to make. Because in between those words, there is lion. And lion is at the center, which is where the heart is located. All right. That's the center of it. So you want to be able to build that lion heart. This forms the reason for confident global champions. But before we get to that, I want to share a concept with you. Now, the concept I want you to understand is that a lot of you are starting out. I also made these mistakes, right? I also made that mistake, and that is what qualifies me to actually teach this to you. That when I started out, when we start out, especially when we start out in the online space, we just want, I want to make 1 million followers within 2 days. We are getting all feisty about people who are making millions of naira in 24 hours. We're getting all feisty about a lot of achievement that we want to do within a short period of time without even knowing much, right? And so you want to gain a level of result, but you don't want to grow. Those sets of things it doesn't work in the school of success. You're a baby in the school of success when you are thinking this way, especially if you're starting out with it. And I understand because that is why you are a novice, and that is why you are here so that you can be able to learn how to build a lion heart. Now, what is the sound of a lion? The sound. Let's work with the sound. The sound of the lion, whenever you hear, what does a lion do? What sound does it produce? He said the lion roars, right? The lion does what roars. And so don't just start there, let's saw apologetical, let's saw, we saw, you break through, you break through, you break can break through, right? So first thing you want to do is to be able to sound like it by building up this heart. So as you are coming into the online space, you need to first of all, is that okay? So roar is ROAR, and I'm going to share with you how you can roar to voice out so that you can be able to explode and break through. All right. So first, this is going to help you to build that lion heart, and of course, like I told you, you can go back and be able to pay attention to the lifestyle of lion and why they are the king of the jungle. The first R, right, talks about revelation. A lot they always talk about elevation without revelation. You need to come into consciousness of what it is we are called to do. Oh, this is what my message is. Because when you message, that was what happened to Paul, actually and obligated to actually carry out the message of Christ. And so he doesn't even feel ashamed. Even when people are persecuting him, he just has to go out and make sure that that message is. I think that Paul had a lion heart. What formed that lion is because he come from a point of relation, and his point of transformation when he was executing the same people that he is now preaching for. Persecuting the people, he gained that experience. And so those people that he's now persecuting, part of their kingdom and a source to other voices in order to transform men. So you need to be able to understand that you need to come from that point of revelation, because a lot of things will not compel to your life if knowledge is not activated. So whatever result minded is because your spirit is perfect, but because your soul is not nourished, you now start having double, because this is not a synchronization with your spirit. So this perfect are telling you this could work, and this one is telling you, are you sure? Because for you to be able to come into alignment, knowledge needs to activate that particular relationship. That is what is going to give you one mind. If not, you'll be double minded. You'll be asking, I don't think this thing is for me. You need to really put the R there is revelation, right? Then the O there is observation. Now, when you revelation, next thing you want to do is to actually observe. All right, go for research, realize that this is what it is. Okay, how many people have done it? Research, observe what they do consistently. It's a season of learning. It's a season of feeding and nourishing your soul. So build up on your possibilities, what is possible for you. And then you can be able to embrace the power of modeling. What we call A is assimilation. The result by the actions you are taking based on that new insight or new knowledge or from that observation is what causes the assimilation of you. Observe this person and I did it and it worked. And that is what is going to give you voice. Now you have a voice. Now you need to sound. The next R in that word that you need to sound out and blow out is relationship. Type relationship in the comment section, baby girl, right? Everything people call nonsense will only make sense when people call it sense, right? It is always going to be nonsense till people give credibility to it. So when you reach out, now you have a voice, but you need to be heard. And that's why you need relationship. Now, in that relationship, that's why people are busy building followers rather than building relationship. So don't set targets. Become the level of the person that will attract the kind of people, that message that you have developed, that is going to help you to roar. And that is where you build the lion heart. See, millionaire, billionaire, like I told you, you will see lion in between those words. That is at the center, and that is where the heart is. It's at the center of everything you want to do. So you want to build a lion heart. So it's no longer, Coach Linda, I don't think this is for me. But you are coming from a point of revelation. You are coming from the point of observation. You are coming from a point of assimilation. And you are sounding based on relationship. And you are expanding your impact. And your influence is growing. See, nobody will talk to you about confidence anymore. What we are going to talk about is how can I skyrocket it more, because you are at a particular level. So you don't need to come down for people again, or you wait for societal opinion to detect what you have to do. You are breaking through because now you are coming from a point that you have built your heart. You have gone through pressure that from that revelation, it takes a lot of service, it takes a lot of mentorship, it takes a lot of working and all of that to observe, assimilate, go through that perfect way of understanding for your life to be transformed so that you can sound your voice. So because you have found your voice, now you can roar so that you can soar. So you soar, you break through because you are coming from a point of developing that lion heart. And that is what opportunities that you are calling problems, or you are calling them distractions right now. That's why even when I read it was the book I'm currently reading, I now went in depth to the story of Elon Musk. Now, Elon Musk, the general thing that we have heard so far was that Elon Musk dropped out of school. But the story behind him dropping out of school, right, is what a lot of people are yet to understand. So when I now paid attention to that particular story, I saw that it's not when you hear that someone drop out of school and you decided to drop out of school, you need to be able to understand what compelled that dropping out of school. Because Elon Musk got to a point whereby he used his opportunity while in school to develop his attribute and his love for computer programming and everything. And he was able to build something. It was just that the environment was not according him what he needs. So he needed to leave that environment to be able to expand on that which he has identified and developed at a particular point. So, and the school system is the way it is. And then they have other side attraction and a lot of opportunities around them. It's not the same school. And that is why school is general, but education is personal. When you come into consciousness of this, you will now be able to grow confidently and tell people, yes, already a lot of things, all odds are against me. And that is why in this time, in this season, I need to stand, because life is designed for you to stand on your feet. So don't ask me, I don't think this is for me. I can understand your level of confusion, but it is time for you to build your confidence. And there is something about clarity, there is something about competence, there is something about credible relationship that is lacking. And that is why we are building confident global champions. These leaders are coming in this dimensional way to be able to air their voice. They are building that heart of a lion to be able to roar in order to break through as eagles that they are. And so because of that, we understand that clarity is very, very progressive. And that's why we engage monthly master classes, and we deal with accountability structure so that you stay in the energy and in the momentum to actually become. And so because we know that you can only achieve your target when you have become your goal. And it is in that becoming that forms you to build that lion heart. It is only for entrepreneurs and transiting executives. And remember, you don't need to have a business to be an entrepreneur. And that is why you need to be first a confident global champion, so that you build your voice, so that you will sound and break forth as the ego that you are. It is time for you to type CGC in the comment section to join our platform. And of course, it lasts for 12 months. In that 12 months is where we help you engage this for this particular 2025 cohort. All right. And we can't wait. There are other opportunities limited to this, and the lives of people who have been transformed so far is incredible. And of course, like I told you, CGC experience is coming back so that you can be able to hear from my students on the milestone that they have achieved so far from what they have been learning from this platform. The discounted rate is not going to last, and the time for you to take action is now. Go ahead and type CGC in the comment section. If you want to have one-on-one conversation with me, go ahead, click the link on my bio if you're watching on Facebook. If you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and click the description of my channel. And of course, we are going to have that conversation to have that paradigm shift that you already need in your life. So don't forget that life is unscripted. It only takes your discipline to pick up a pen and a paper to write and rewrite your script. And this is a new beginning for you to build a lion heart and be able to grow confidently in order to launch out and voice out, so that you can be able to sound and become the king of your kingdom. And so the time is now. I still remain your friend, and you're going to get entrepreneur and networking strategies, Mrs. 𝗟𝗏𝗦𝗄𝗏. And as the founder of Confident Global Champions Network, I want to let you know that I can't wait to share your testimony to the world. And of course, it is time to live the life that you are proud of and not the one people recommend. Till then, I'm going to see you in the next episode. Don't forget to subscribe, invite your friends, tag your enemies, your parents, your guardian, people you know that they need to come into this light to actually live their dreams and become that light of the world that they are called for. And then, of course, you are going to build an incredible network, and when everyone is succeeding. Till then, bye.